There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alien Addict. This is the show where we discuss all things UFOs and aliens to the paranormal and our pursuit into the mysteries of the unexplained. Welcome on in. Oh God, I hope you had a good week because I've had an absolutely dreadful week. I actually nearly cancelled the show. So if you didn't pay attention to the hidden show, I'm currently suffering from the worst toothache, and it's right in the wisdom tooth. And I am not joking. When somebody says I have a toothache, I understand now because the pain has been horrendous. So I just funny, right? Yes, I 420. Can you blame me? Look, it says there. It says medicine with care. Yeah, right. I've been taking whatever I can to make this pain go away, and it's been brutal. So I've got appointment Wednesday, and I think I've got to take the thing out. But the thing is, I suffer from sinus problems. Beginning of the year, you can tell I was a bit like bunged up, and it affected my tooth at some point, and eventually it went through the medicine I'm taking now. But fuck, that was like 3 in the morning. I'm about to throw up. Like it was that bad, and now my like left jaw is swollen, so I'm all over the place. Oh, so yes, won't you, Saxon? Welcome on in, man. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. Maybe do better than me. I'll do the best I can because I got a lot to get through today. It's going to be a bit of a deep dive. Science Evidence Fringe, welcome on in. I'm just going to bust through chat quickly. S Hammers, John Strokes, Benjamin Music Man, I've got to send an email back to you. I will do it at some point. Green Sea, nice to see you. I think Ben's live. Isn't he live talking about 3i Atlas? But yeah, you're here with me. Awesome. Hey, Scott Brown, nice to see you. I think you're new in chat. And yeah, welcome on in. Nice to see you. And of course, Sophia. No Ross today, don't worry. And Marcus Fishlock, nice to see you. Just bust through chat. Oh, also, Rotary Matrix. And Corbell's Cat. And Panini Productions. I think I said that right. And Mark Jeffries. We got a pack full. Who are you? Right. I don't. Out. It's me. Don't worry. And Bob Lazar. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, he's live too. Do you know what? I have to admit, with 3i Atlas, I'm like really 50-50 on it. Really 50-50. But I like Ben's perspective. Where is Ollie? Ollie has set up. He is now a male escort, and he's given himself to the public that well-deserved cock that he needs. No, I'm just joking, mate. Look, he's given a channel to me, so I was trying to make it funny, and it didn't work well. I do apologize. But I tell you what, if you want to see Lee and Ollie, they have a podcast on Spotify. They go it's not Monday to Friday. I think they do 3 days a week now. So it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they talk all things conspiracies. And I have to admit, if you like your deep dives, definitely check it out. But yeah, it's on Spotify and I believe on Rumble as well. So that's where you can find Ollie, Scott. But he's handed the keys to me because Alien Ant was pretty much dead. And I had sold to do with my time anyway. So he was like, mate, do you want to take it over and put your knowledge in ufology into Alien Addict? And that's what I'm pretty much doing. So yeah, but hopefully I can be more entertaining. Well, of course they're entertaining, but maybe a bit more in depth in ufology, like especially the history. Like today's topic, obviously Foo Fighters. We're going to go on a massive deep dive into that. So hey Andrew, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Oh, I don't think I was. Okay, let me go double check. Here's the email address. I don't think I've got anything from you, mate. I'm just going to double check now. So yeah, guys, if you want to contact me, check me out at Alien Addict Podcast at gmail.com. I can feel my jaw locking up. This is not going to be good because I need to talk. Hold on, let's have a little look. No, man, I haven't received anything from you. I've just checked. But if you want to, you probably got the spelling wrong or something. But yeah, go ahead and send it again. And I'll get back to you. Absolutely. Hey, John. Oh, by the way, guys, Monday, 2:30, I think, John, isn't it? I'm going to be actually going live on John's show. So go check out or subscribe right now. You must do it. John P. Adventures. I'll be there live 2:30. I think it was right, John, isn't it? 2:30. Talking all things, hopefully not about chemtrails or UFOs and aliens, but it'd be good because he's very, very dedicated to our show. And I think I'm going to do him the honor and popping in. But if you guys, anyone out there has got a show you want me to pop on, I'm more than happy to. Don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. Hey, how are you too? I think I said hello to you. Man, probably too much medication, Nick. I don't care. I was like, whatever works. Yes, Monday, 2:30. and hopefully it'll be better. I am to a certain degree, but I have to admit, the medication is good. Codeine is not. It shouldn't be taken for too long. Makes me feel like really groggy. Yes, thank you, Sophia. Thank you so much. So, despite the turf, I'm not going to dwell too much. Oh, by the way, I've got Brave set up, so no more ads, because absolutely drive me up the fucking wall on Hidden Show. I had sad news today. For those who don't know, keeping up appearances, actor Patricia Radcliffe passed away. She was in her 90s. Good time for, I have to admit, anyone that survives in the 90s is pretty good, to be honest. But yeah, keeping up appearances, it's a good nostalgic feeling for my time. I can't play any videos of it because it's the BBC and I do not pay TV license, so they could go fuck themselves on that one. So yeah, if you want to go watch to your heart's content, there's loads on YouTube. It's very, very sad news. Patricia Radcliffe, the Bouquet residence, Mrs. Bucket, yes. But it's a shame, man. It's a shame. We'll get to Foo Fighters in a bit. Yeah. He's died as well. I can't remember. His name's Richard. Oh, cat's breath stinky. Right. So Saturday, I went to Wales, Penny Van, and I tell you what, it was me and the boys. That's like the slow motion shot on my camera, and we set up. Look at that photograph that's taken of the fire, and it's kind of good to get away. You don't have to talk about conspiracy theories. Hey, Jammin' Music Man, nice to see you. Welcome on in. Like, they know me, but you don't have to talk about like conspiracies. You know, it's quite nice to talk about, but it is a bit like a man's only club. I know it sounds gay. It's not fucking gay. Look, men are restricted. Yes, Patricia. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. But in terms of like men are very restricted, especially English men. That's one thing I have noticed. But it's just like a bunch of guys get together. They're all from my boot camp and gym lot. And we eat like kings. We have the biggest fire. And we just talk, man. And it's awesome. And because it's Wales, so it's in the farm, you just see like absolutely the incredible amount of stars. Really is cool, man. So that was my time on Saturday. But anyway, I'm going to blab on too much because I want to get on to Foo Fighters, right? But I have to admit, Wales is a lovely place. Very, very nice place. Right, let's get this up right here because we've got to go on a deep dive today, guys. A deep dive. That's a very small photograph. Wait a minute. There we go. That's a bigger one. Righty tight. So this is part. Yes, the skies are amazing. I have to admit, absolutely incredible, beautiful place. Penny Van. I'm hopefully saying it right. So yeah, today's topic, as we are part 6 of German flying saucers, or Nazi flying saucers, as one would say. The word that can't be pronounced on YouTube, but hey, fuck it. Anyway, it's Nazi flying saucers, part 6. So if you're new to the stream, I've done like a timeline leading up to basically the timeline of German flying saucers, going all the way back to World War II to basically where we are now. So I guess Foo Fighters are kind of like late to the game, but I've added this subject into the German flying saucer mythos, one would say, because look, we've got photographs of it. We actually have photographs, for once, real photographs of this phenomenon that happened from 1940 to 1945, not just over Germany, but in Japan as well. So there's a lot of like, especially what we're talking about today as like potential devices. We're going to get to that. But this is not the only first time I've talked about Foo Fighters. In fact, I'm going to bring up now. Now I have a whole new setup, which is that. Okay, is that going to work? Oh, that should work. Okay. It's all new to me, so I can actually click. This is Brave, so no more ads. Yay! So if you go to Cosmic Twilight channel, this is my second channel that I have. You can find every single German flying saucer documentary under the sun, literally everything. I've got, if you go into the category there, and there's loads of them right in the beginning. But I've done 2 videos on Foo Fighters, okay, being potential devices, because in the beginning of World War II, 1940, that's where the starting point of where these objects were being seen. Both sides were going, I know. Is this German technology? Because they literally thought it was some sort of military technology, and the Germans thought it was the enemies, which would be obviously the British. So there's been a lot of conflicting reports back in the day. So they were nicknamed these Foo Fighters, right? So if you want to go check that out, right there. Those are the two. Basically, I mean, regurgitating what I've been saying back then. What I'm going to be saying now. Sounds about a year ago, but today is going to be from sources, guys, because you know me when it comes to research. I rather give you the sources of information from books dating back throughout the 19. I don't know, earliest book, but we'll go through it. I'm just going to skip to the books today. So yeah, sorry guys if I'm not going to pay attention in chat. Really sorry. It's one of those. It's a presentation day, which is for me talking a lot. What's this? A river? Oh, that was in Wales. Beautiful, isn't it? Where is it? Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yes. Okay, we do that instead. Stop that. Go to that. Into that, and hopefully that will come up. Yay! There we go. Right. So these are the sources of information I'm going to be presenting to you today. So there's not just me going on ChatGPT, hence what I did on Hidden's show. But look, I was in pain. I was like, I can't concentrate, Hidden. But this is the books I've got of reference today. So we're going to look at both sides. Okay, the ET side and the device side. I'm going to focus more on the device side because a lot of people don't really talk about it. So first one is. This is the main focus for today is Intercept UFO by Renato Vesco. And this came out in 1968. Okay, so I'm going all the way back to the 60s. So he's the author, and we'll get to the author in a minute, who basically really promoted. So I'm going to put this up bigger. So he's the one that pretty much promoted the device side of Foo Fighters, okay, and pretty much whatever was flying in the skies over Germany was German technology, and he was pretty much promoting that. So we'll get to the sources of that one. We have this one right here. UFOs, Nazi secret weapon by a very controversial figure. We'll get to them when we get to Rendell C. Stevens' video. So that's one. That one. Henry C. Stevens' book, Hitler's Flying Saucers. I've got some documentation about Foo Fighters on that, so I'll be presenting that today. So that came out. I think that came out. This one came out in 1970s. This one came out in 2001, I believe. And I've got his secondary book as well. All right. And also this book here, Man-Made UFOs from 1944 to 1994, 50 Years of Suppression, which is in fact Renato Vesco's book, which is this one here, is in this book. So if you can't find that book, buy this one, which is, you can find loads on eBay, and you can actually see the book is actually in there, but it just hasn't added photographs into it. So those are the sources of information. Oh, no, the biggest one. And I need to get this guy on the show. I must give him a shout out because you want to know about Foo Fighters, the actual documentation of Foo Fighters, especially in England archive. I need to get this guy on the show. So this book is called UFOs Before Roswell, European Foo Fighters from 1940 to 1945 by Graham Randall. And fourth word by Sean Cahill. But yeah, Graham Randall has gone into the British archives and dug out a lot of information in regards of Foo Fighters, especially in the 415th Battalion, the Night Squadron, who was seeing these objects in the sky. And he's actually got it's a massive book, it's huge, all testimonies on what we've seen in the skies. Now, yes, okay, balls of light, sure, okay, but we've been seeing balls of light for a very long time, but what needs to be taken into consideration, there are some reports, and fortunately I don't have it with me, but can always do a follow-up, is that the fact that there were flying discs, shiny metallic objects. I mean, look, you could say, once I describe the device, it almost sounds like a boogosphere, okay? Not going there. But what we're going to do, we're just going to go through all the information today, and we can start from the beginning, which I'm going to do for you now. Through presentation. So yeah, sorry guys if I'm not, bringing up chat and everything. I'm really sorry, but yeah, it's one of those presentations. Am I missing anyone in chat? I think that's everyone. Shaman Music Man, did I say hello to you? Hopefully I did. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Yes, so guys, let's get into it. Let's get into this. Okay, let's bring this up. Let's start from the beginning. My notes. Fantastic. Righty tight. Okie dokie. In regards of German flying saucers, yes, we have talked about Haunebu and Vril flying saucers. We've seen the photographs of that. But look, my analysis into it, look, this is fake. Okay, there's clearly faked photographs. But what we're witnessing here is not. Now, this is actual photographs of a Foo Fighter. A luminescent ball. Speak clearly, Nick. But what I want you to pay attention to, I just put this into your head first of all. I think this is really, really important. Does this look like an object breaking the sound barrier? Have you seen like a jet aircraft flying at I think it's over like, once it gets over like 600 miles an hour, it produces like this halo. I tell you what, I've got to show you it because I just want you to bear this in mind because I don't think this thing's glowing. Kind of. We'll get to it in a minute. Alan. What's it called again? Ring around. Oh, sorry. What's it called? Breaking sound barrier. Breaking sound barrier. Halo? Is that a halo or something like that? Let's have a little look. Yeah, that's it. Look, I've got to show you this before we get to this photograph. I think it's quite important. Oh, God, cat's been gay. What do you want, darling? Yeah, so check this out. Yeah, this is what I mean by once you break the sound barrier, it's only a specific, even with altitude as well, I believe, but it's the speed. Obviously, once you break the sound barrier, it creates like a sonic boom and actually creates this like a halo around the aircraft. Or, I mean, in regards of the Foo Fighter being a device, it's something circular, but nevertheless, it's an actual aircraft itself. So yeah, look at that. It's crazy, isn't it? This is what happens when you break the sound barrier. Right, now, pay attention to that. Right, remember? Because I'm going to bring up the photograph. Both. Now, if I was going by the fact that this is a device breaking the sound barrier, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? But in the middle, it could be the device, and that's because these devices apparently can go about 500 miles an hour. So I just thought I'd just throw that out there just for you guys. And yes, we'll get to the debunk side of this. Here is just some, I'm just going to go through photographs and we'll just go through it and go through the timeline and everything. So this is a photograph taken from Henry E. Stevens' book, a rare photograph taken by Allied crewmen of Foo Fighter over Germany in 1943. And this is what we're actually looking at here. This. I've shown this before. The only thing about this object right here, you do have some other light sources over in the distance, but this seems to be glowing. I'm not too sure if this is actually part of the aircraft. Sorry for zooming in and out. Really sorry. Just to show you, look, you've got the blade here, and I'm not too sure if it's part of the gun turret or a machine gun turret. It's hard to tell, but it looks like a big glowing ball of light, doesn't it? I have to admit. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've always been a bit speculative on that one. 2 seconds. I'm just going to have a swig of a drink. But yeah, thoughts on that one. I'm really not too sure. I know it's a black and white photograph, but it's pretty detailed if it was a Foo Fighter, as what the 415th Night Squadron was saying and reporting, that these were massive like balls of light glowing, that had these like glowing tails, but you don't see the tail glowing in this one. It's just a big ball of light. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll get to the device, whether or not it's actually true or not. This is the other thing. So yeah, that's just one photograph here. Also at the time needs to be taken into consideration. Okay, bear in mind this was after the war, but I do believe ghost rockets were spotted around the 1940s, early 40s, I believe, actually throughout World War II alone. And this is what it looks like. I mean, you could say it looks like a comet, doesn't it? You know, back then people don't really know what they're actually observing in the sky, so it's kind of hard to say. But yeah, ghost rockets were spotted at that time. So back to Foo Fighters. Okay, just want to see what I've got here. Okay, yeah, so here's another photograph of Foo Fighters, but this is just to sort of confirm things, guys. This is actually Japanese aircraft. This is not German or British. This is actually Japanese. So I'll gather it was over Japan. But yes, Japanese were seeing it. So yeah, these balls of light being seen here. Another iconic photograph. And here is a article: silver balls floating in air, Nazi new war device. And this was taken from Paris, December 13th. From 1944. Yeah, it's saying right there. So there we go. It has been reported in newspapers. But like I said, it's a new device created by the Germans. And that was the going theory of these balls of light. So here's another one as well from December 13th and 14th, 1944. Obviously, these were taken from books. Yeah, you can read that for yourself. So yeah, a new German weapon has made its appearance on the Western air front. It is disclosed today. And it's saying here, American Air Force reported that they are encountering. Oh, don't read, Nick. You're heavily medicated, but yeah, just read. I know that'll flip and happen. There's another one that just is saying. I'll just read the paragraph here. So it's saying headline, Nick, headline: flying disc. Old story says Italian. Fucking hell, Nick. Oh, it's gonna be one of those episodes. Hey, Ray Clay, too. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. Just catch you just in time. But yeah, this is so you can see it's all been reported throughout the newspapers. Now, this was taken from Graham Rendell's book. So it's saying here, Foo Fighters did contain a strong explosive charge to destroy them in flight in case serious damage to the automatic guidance system made it impossible for the operators to control it. Obviously, we're talking about the device now, so let's get into it from this book right here. And yeah, welcome on in, man. Nice to see you, Ray. Nice to see you. So yes, Foo Fighters. Right, let's talk about the device. This is really, really interesting for my perspective here as a Nazi researcher, German flying saucer Nazi researcher. Put it that way. When I just buy publications. I don't rely on internet research. And like I said, I've done this will be this part 6 now. So it just goes to show what information I'm really putting out there. So what I'm going to do now is break down this book for you guys. If you want to go buy it on eBay, you can do it. I got this from America, actually, believe it or not. And yeah, so this is Renato Vesco's book, Intercept UFO, or Intercept but Don't Shoot. Don't worry, we have videos to play as well with no ads. Fantastic. Yeah, I could have lost my shit on Hidden Show. The ads playing on the Wi-Fi videos, and I promise no more Wi-Fi videos on Hidden Show. I just had a lazy one, so yeah. No more ads, I promise. So the origins of a Foo Fighter. Let's just go back, okay, to a Foo Fighter. So where does the word come from? This is what a lot of people don't realize. In fact, what I'm talking about, I've got a photograph here. No. Yeah, okay, so the origin slang of a Foo Fighter. So the word Foo Fighter itself, it's a nonsense word that was popularized in the 1930s and 40s by American cartoonist called Bill Holman. Holman, in a comic strip called Smokey Stover. All right, so Holman basically consistently used the word fool as a silly characteristic or character like word. So for instance, where there's fool, there's fire. Okay, so it's like a foolish word. So Smokey here was known as the foolish Foo Fighter because he was a fireman that would accidentally create fires. So they would call him Smokey the Foolish Foo Fighter. And here's another one. So this shows you, and this comic strip was obviously back in the 1930s. And eventually it was adopted by, it was actually pretty much a very popular comic back in the day. And I know the airmen who were doing the bombing runs over, especially over Germany, especially the American bombing runs, knew about this comic. And they call these, eventually, well, the Germans call these Feuerkugels or Feuerballs, but we know them as Foo Fighters. Now, this is obviously before the band came along. In fact, it would be funny if the Foo Fighters device itself was actually a real device, but then the band took on the word Foo Fighter, knowing that is actually a German technology. Good, isn't it? But yeah, it's still a mystery to this day. Okay, nothing's been clarified. I'm just sort of giving my research, and just we'll make a decision at the end of the show. So yes, obviously Smokey Stover. That's where the foolish Foo Fighter. That's where it came from a comic book in the 1930s. And yeah, obviously it was about firemen sort of creating fires by accident. So yes, eventually in World War II, the Allied airmen began reporting. Hold on a minute. So you can't see me reading. So the Allies began to report these mysterious aerial phenomena, bright light, glowing orbs, and strange craft that followed the airplanes during night missions over Europe and the Pacific. So yes, it was day and night, but specifically at night. We'll get to that a bit later, the debunk side of this. So unsure what they were seeing, they thought it was enemy devices, like new technology, and that was pretty much going theory at the time, and that was pretty much talked about. So the US pilots of the 415th Night Fighter Squadron jokingly called these Foo Fighters, borrowing obviously from the comic. Yep, you all know I just said that. So yeah, that's basically these were on and off. It wasn't really consistent. There are reports of Foo Fighters throughout the war for sure, but it wasn't necessarily on a daily basis. Now, I must thank you, Rotary. You sent me a video just in time, like a bit of a coincidence yesterday, of a bunch of Allied bombermen giving their testimonies on Foo Fighters, which we're going to be showing in a bit. So yeah, it's really, really interesting on that one. So yeah, we get to hear some testimonies and what the pilots saw. So remember, it was the 450 Night Fighter Squadron that were basically seeing these balls at night, but also during the day as well. Now there are some discs being seen, but it was mostly glowing balls of light. All right. So Renato Vesco's book. Let's get into this. Let's bring up the book. Okay. So this book here describes Foo Fighters as an advanced weapon of war. So some kind of a flying probe apparatus. And the purpose of these probes were basically to down military aircraft. All right. So the idea is actually, instead of actually shooting the planes from the ground up into the air, they would send these probes, which were basically unmanned, and they would eventually follow the wingtips next to the engines of the aircraft, and it would give off a very strong magnetic field, and it would disrupt the interface and the cockpit coordinating systems and mapping systems. Eventually, the whole cockpit will basically malfunction, causing the aircraft to crash. And that was the whole purpose, according to Renato Vesco. Now, I think it's worth going through his history, all right? So yeah, so who was Renato Vesco? Do I have a photograph? No, I don't, because I'm an idiot. All right, never mind. Just picture a man from Italy with a moustache. So he was an Italian aviation engineer and aviation journalist. So he came forward in the 1970s claiming that Foo Fighters were designed by the SS Technical General Staff at the Department of Technical and Mechanical Development. That's a bit of a mouthful. And these were built and constructed at the Aeronautic Institute in Vienna. And the German name for this is the Offerpfaffenhafenhofen. That is not right, Nate. I got the German word here. I must butcher that one up. So they're saying that these were basically radio-controlled systems that were sent from the ground or by Luftwaffe aircraft. So who was in charge of this project? Well, of course, according to Renato Vesco himself, Hans Kammler, which he was the man in charge of all the top-secret programs for the Third Reich, and obviously went missing during the war, never to be seen again. I think there were some rumors of him in America. Some say Soviet Union. I'm not too sure. There's like a mixed bag on that one. So yeah, Hans Kammler was involved apparently. So near the end of the war, the Foo Fighters were relocated underground at the facility in the Black Forest in Austria, and that goes to the book
I'll bring up in a minute. So obviously the Russian front was approaching, and they more or less took everything underground, and then the Germans basically fled, to Argentina and to America. Obviously, Operation Paperclip. So some say Foo Fighter technology went into the hands of the Americans. Not too sure. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, if that's actually true or not. So Vesco claims in his book Intercept UFOs, he argues that Foo Fighters were not alien at all, but rather the result of high advanced Nazi secret weapon programs during World War II. His view, the glowing balls of light Allied pilots reported were German-built devices launched from aircraft or ground installations designed to interface with enemy bombers. This mostly the bombing raids, because remember, we were doing carpet bombings. I mean, look at Dresden, for Christ's sake. That's dreadful. I mean, there's no need for that, but it just goes to show the amount of bombing runs we were doing. I mean, Berlin, yeah, we were bombing the crap of that near the end of the war. But a lot of these places, like I said, Dresden, not really over public. I don't know. That is Dresden, isn't it? That's over a public area. It was mostly trying to wipe out the food, the factories, and the weapon departments and stuff like that during the war. But there were some rumors that the Germans were building these so-called miracle weapon systems. That was what the Allies, the Americans, and the British were talking about. So yes, those were the devices. So what he really believes Foo Fighters was. So as I described the device, right, I'm going to bring up something now, and I'm going to, spoiler alert right now, this is not a Foo Fighter. We're going to get to the documentary in a minute talking about Foo Fighters, and it shows this. But don't worry, I'll explain where this actually comes from. So just a picture of this was a Foo Fighter. The Germans described these as like tortoise shells devices. Anyway, just get into it. So yes, these were man-made aerial devices. According to Renato Vesco, he says that these were original flying machines. Now, that's his words in quotation. He calls these foibles or fireballs as weapons. I'm just breaking things down so you could just get a bit of perspective on these devices. These were a small automatic guided jet-propelled craft launched by the Luftwaffe or from ground surface. These were circular and armed that resembled the tortoise of a shell of a tortoise. Right, so these are like, and I do believe they called these in German Fliegende Schildkröte, which means flying tortoise, and that was a nickname given to these according to German reports. And these were radio controlled from the moment of takeoff, unarmed and pilotless. All right, so these were radio controlled. Hey, Dr. Coombs, nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. I saw you from last time. Yeah, welcome on in, man. Nice to see you. I'm just gonna read this out just quickly. They did those German anti-Germans. Oh, really? That's interesting. Channeling ETs, reptilians. Ooh. We'll get to that in a bit. I think I got some sort of twists and turns when it comes to this, but welcome on in. Nice to see you. Let's bring up the notes up. Let's have a little look. So yes, these were, like I said, radio controlled guided missiles. I mean, you can consider these as probes, isn't it? Drones, I don't know. Could you say drones? I don't know. I don't know that one. But yeah, these were rocket propelled. Okay, we'll get to the actual device. What's actually basically inside the device itself. So, like I said, these were designed to disrupt Allied aircraft, interface with the radar and radio communications as well. It's supposed to knock that out as well, and causing confusion and panic among bomber crews. So, yes, obviously they were quite stoked, kind of what they were seeing. They're like, "What the hell was this?" This glowing green light in the bloody cockpit. So Vesco claims that the Germans developed these as a broader program of basically like an anti-aircraft electronic warfare sort of equipment, basically. But in terms of evidence, there's nothing to really back anything up on that one. It's just claims according to Renato Vesco. Let's have a little look. So yes, how did these work? Have I got a picture here somewhere? Okay, so the main focus on how these work. So they were allegedly using electrostatic and electromagnetic fields to interface with the Allied aircraft engines, right? Is to disrupt the engines to make it actually malfunction and fall out of the sky. They might have used, say, might have, to power these engines and rocket propulsions were controlled remotely and automatic. Now, I'm just trying, this is a Klystron troop. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm just trying to think, as a circular device, what propulsion systems did the Germans develop at that time to actually fit that criteria? For me, it's like I'm just trying to find something, because yes, the V1 and V2 rockets were extremely popular back in the day, but a very small tortoise shell device, they weren't really that big. Did I get the measurements on here? I don't think I did. They wasn't really that big. According to reports, they're just 5 times bigger than a basketball, basically. So it's quite big, but obviously that's glowing in the light, you see. So it's kind of like hard to tell, really, with this one. In regards to the propulsion system, obviously we're talking about a jet engine here, or rocket propulsion. Some versions reported a Klystron tube. Now, the Klystron tube is a real World War II era microwave technology, and this is an old one back in the day. So these were to actually jam radar systems, all right? And they did actually use these. We were experimenting on at the time. So this was actually fitted like a new version of a Klystron tube, because not only was to knock out the radar systems, it was to actually knock out the engines as well, and to interface with the cockpit recordings. I mean, it knocked the whole plane out of the sky, really. So it might have been, I mean, the go-to answer to that would be a Klystron tube, which is obviously used for radio communications as well. I mean, I understand in one way to actually jam radar systems, because remember, you got to think, the Germans back in the day, they were experimenting with radar systems, but also the British. And I did hear some rumors that the British was ahead in terms of radar, but what we were seeing in this as a imagine like the circular radar dish, and it goes beep beep. So that's basically picking up a signal. But what the Germans actually managed to produce was like a searchlight, and we'll get to the debunk side of that as we're talking about an ionized plasma ball. So, I mean, going back to the device itself, yes, it kind of makes sense to actually jam the radar systems. They would use something like a Klystron tube. But in terms of evidence, there's not a lot. It's just like a lot of theories, mate. You know what I mean? So yes, the Klystron tube was pretty much the basis of what knocked out these planes out of the sky. Let's have a little look what I've got here. So yeah, so imagine that obviously this Klystron tube right here, and it's basically from my notes. And this is from books, by the way. This is not ChatGPT. So in which the electro interface would affect the running engines of the aircraft, like I mentioned. So in principle, the ignition systems of the aircraft would be affected, causing the craft to malfunction. The Foo Fighter was described looking like a silver disc, and very much like a tortoise shell. Honestly, we're talking about like silver discs here, Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was 6 feet in diameter and had 3 landing legs. Apparently, the thing had landing legs. And some accounts later were showing basically discs in the sky. Now, there is one report that I might have when it comes to when we look at actually documents from the FBI, is that there's one report of these discs, circular discs, that were coming apparently from a launch pad, like a runway, and it made its way higher and higher. And the crewmen, obviously the Allied crewmen, spotted these discs making its way up to the altitude of the aircraft. And as soon as it got to a certain altitude, it started to glow like a orangey, red, some say green, blue. And it really depends on the atmosphere. I'm going to show you a picture that I find quite intriguing, actually, because I kind of want to say this might be a device. I really don't know on this one. It's really, really intriguing. It really, really is. So yes, what's making it glow, and what Renato Vesco was saying in the book, that had a specific fuel mixture, a very rich fuel mixture that would ionize the sky, or the object itself, I should say. But these will glow quite a lot. I mean, in terms, they'll actually see it in the cockpit. It will actually illuminate the whole cockpit, according to one report, which we'll get to in a bit. So inside the Foo Fighter, yes, it shined bright like a diamond. Of course it did, Nick. So yes, a large Klystron tube was inserted to protect the anti-shock and anti-heat armored Foo Fighter. And it is believed that the Klystron tube would be used to produce a powerful magnetic impulse. And this would also affect the radar tracking system, as well as blocking out approximately radio interface. and also cancelling out any radio and radio input signals. This is the other thing. I think it makes more sense that this might be used for that purpose. Pagany Productions, nice to see you, man. Welcome, and yeah, have a good weekend. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you next week. And don't forget John on Monday if you'll be able to make it. But yeah, if not, catch you next Friday, man. Have a good weekend. Nice to see you. So yeah, there we go. In terms of what was inside this Foo Fighter. Now I'm just going to go through this question. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mentioned about the propulsion systems were circular. I'm trying to figure out what was being produced. Now, there was something called the Heinkel factory that was producing the propulsion systems for aircraft, like the Focke-Wulf. No, that's a helicopter, isn't it? So there's a helicopter called Focke-Wulf that the Germans created. But all the propulsion systems, like the rocket propulsion systems, not the V1 and V2 rockets, I'm talking about aircraft here. The man himself, I think his name Heinrich Heinkel, owned the Heinkel factory, which is where these jet propulsion systems were being produced. So I went through the archive and I couldn't really see anything that was circular in size. Let's go back to the Foo Fighter itself. Oh, we've got the river again. There we go. So here's the Foo Fighter. So yes, the halo was caused by a very rich fuel mixture and a chemical additive that would interrupt the flow of electricity by ionizing the atmosphere. We've got a document, an actual real document I'm about to show you in a bit. So yes, testing of the Foo Fighter was launched from the ground, and it was like, well, these were radio controlled, so it's kind of hard to tell how these were actually. Did it just like wobble up or something like that? It's just going off on a whim here. These can travel up to 525 miles per hour. So yes, it could. I'm not too sure what miles per hour to actually beat the sound barrier. Oh, I'm going to Google that right now. What speed to I say these things, I'm like, I do have the internet right here. So it's saying, oh, hold on. No, it's not. So it's 767 miles per hour, Mach 1, to actually break the sound barrier. So what I was saying earlier of the Foo Fighter breaking the sound barrier was actually wrong. Hey, comfy sofa. Nice to see you. That does look like a comfy sofa. Something my nan would have back in the 90s. Just clocked it. But welcome on in. Nice to see you. So yeah, I guess you could actually debunk. Well, you could say these devices can go faster, but I have absolutely no evidence to prove that. Welcome to ufology. So let's have a little look. What else have I got in my notes right here? Okay. Let's just go through the photographs. I think it's really important to go through the archive and have a little look. So yes, this was taken from let's get rid of that. So this was taken from Henry E. Stevens' book. I'm just going to show you where these books come from right here. I'm just going to show you that. So yes, you can buy this on Amazon, and it's a mixed bag in terms of, it's got good information on there, but in terms of the timeline, there's a lot of clarity is not really there. Anyway, that's from my opinion anyway. So yes, this was taken from this book right here. I'm going to put this a bit bigger so you can see. And this is called United States Strategic Air Force in Europe, Office of the Director of Intelligence and Evolution of German Capabilities in 1945. Heavily medicated, but I'm reading fine. Let's see, Mum. I slow things down and I'll be able to read again. So you need to slow your reading down. You read too fast. I'm like, I know. Nice to see you, man. Eversor, is that right? Nice to see you. Welcome on in. So yes, this is a real document from the FBI itself. Check this out. Right. Look at the bottom right here. It's got some listing of potential evolution technologies that the Germans were building in 1940s. Get to this, right? Pro bombs. That is an R, isn't it? PROO bombs, all right? Just going to read this out here. So it's saying here, occasionally reported by pilots and the testimony of prisoners of war and escapees describe this weapon as radio-controlled, jet-propelled, still-nose, short-range, high-performance ramming weapon for use against bombing formations. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? The speed estimated 525 miles an hour. Just continue right here. And it is estimated to have the endurance of 25 minutes. These bombs are launched from local airfields and are radio controlled either from the ground or possibly by an aircraft. A few incidences reported by pilots indicate no success. They have passed over formations and performed various antics. Shut up, Nick. In the vicinity of formations, it is believed that in order to be exclusive, some 120 would have to be launched. Oh my god, against the formation, and it is also believed that they will not be produced in significant quantities to prove a real menace in 1945. My god, I ballsed that out as I got to that point there. I'm maybe heavily medicated. I have to because the pain's horrible. Hey, Mark G, I'm in pain, brother. Oh, did he? No way. Did he got 4.5 years? Hold on, I need a drink. You're late because of Diddy. Well, do you know what? I thought he was going to get off it. Well, the amount of money that he's got, I would have thought he would have bargained his way out of it. So, but man, I tell you what, I reckon he's got some boys behind the scenes. I shouldn't be saying that, but in terms, I think he's gonna be pissed when he comes out, But yeah, I heard he's a bit of a bastard. So as you can see through here, Prue bombs, according to the FBI, was known as Foo Fighters. So that sort of describes of what Renato Vesco was saying. That these were, I quote right here, jet-propelled, still-nose, short-range, high-performance ramming weapons used against bombing formations. There you go. Have a little look at that. So here's another part of the archive as well. Yeah, I thought he was. I literally thought he was going to get off it, but yeah, at least he's getting time. At least he's getting time. Nice, absolutely. So yeah, here we have a very crappy photograph. Nick, come on, stick it on a new phone for Christ's sake. And it's saying here, you barely even see it. It mentions Foo Fighters as Prue bombs. I don't know why they called it Prue bombs. Where's it to? Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Sounds like poo bombs, doesn't it? So, yeah, there we go. Prue bombs were mentioned by the FBI. Here is another report of potential secret technology being built by the Germans. It's mostly talking about rocket propulsion systems. And obviously, like the V1 and V2 rockets, they were very, very advanced for the time. I mean, they would launch those from Germany into England, one trip. It's crazy. And they were actually radioed and I believe video controlled as well. It's crazy. I mean, for 1945, these are like video controlled systems that we're using at the time. What we got here? Oh yeah, there you go, Prue bomb. So there were some other ones being in here as well, talking about fire bombs, and obviously we're talking about like aircraft as well because they're way, way ahead in terms of aircraft. Magnetic waves. That was brought up in this document as well, and obviously atomic bomb as well. So there was very much speculations whether or not the Germans were developing a potentially an atomic bomb before the Manhattan Project started, which I've been 1945, isn't it? No, 1944. My history on the atomic bomb is all over the place, but I did hear rumors that the Germans were in the small stages of designing something like an atomic bomb. We've got gases. What is that? Ink it on as a bit of something to do with aircraft, but yeah, it's mostly aircraft, and they mentioned about Foo Fighters and then some other stuff as well. That seems to be quite interesting, but you may pause and look for your heart's content. Here is another one as well. So it's saying here at the bottom, so US government owned documents to prove that they knew about German origins of Foo Fighters. This table of content is Intelligence Digest document from February with a February 1945 date, address German military capabilities. It is a list of PHOO, so that's poo. Poo bombs as a weapon in German arsenal. Taken from microfilm negative image. So yeah, there we go. Look at that. Oh, I see. Right. He did that and then he put it into something like that. Gotcha. Right. Okay. Gotcha. What else we got here as well? I want to get to the chemical. Right. This is it. So remember I told you about the chemical additive. Right. So this is a document from Henry E. Stevens' book, Hitler's Flying Saucers. And this is a second FBI document reported of German flying discs. Okay. This might be flying discs, but you want to talk about a fuel mixture, a high intense fuel mixture. This is going to be showing in here. Okay, let's have a little look. So sometime during 1943, he graduated. So obviously the person in here immigrated to America, and he came forward in the 1950s. I think a lot of prisoners of war came forward in the 1950s to sort of tell their stories because they were FBI was investigating it. So it's saying here near the end of 1944, he was released from his duties and assigned to test pilot a top secret program in the Black Forest of Austria. During this period, he observed an aircraft described. It was saucer shaped. It might be flying saucers. I fucking read it anyway. So yes, it was saucer shaped. It was about 21 feet in diameter, radio controlled, mounted several jet engines around the exterior portion of the craft. He further described the exterior portion as revolving around the dome in the center, which remains. God, bloody hell, that wind's crazy. Open up the doors. Stationary. It was blank. Responsibility was able to retain a negative of the photograph he made at 7,000 meters or 20,000 feet. And the negative is really, really crap version. It looks fake, to be honest with you. What I want to get to here is the fuel mixture, and this is the second part of the document right here. So we're saying here, he said that these types of aircraft was responsible for downing at least one American B-26 airplane. He furnished the following fuel and engine data. And right here, you've got a mixture of hydroperoxide, water, and amongst other things as well. So I can't get myself confused here because it mentions a flying disc. Now, you want to go back to part 1 on this one because the flying discs were not flying saucers like Hannibal and Vrew. We're talking about flying discs, the Haber-Bosch, Schriever, Methe, and Beluzzo projects from 1941 to 1945. Because he's mentioned right back here, I might get confused on this one, guys. Really sorry, but he's mentioned about a flying craft. Yet, obviously, the jets on the exterior of the craft, which was revolving. So, yes, that sounds like a Beluzzo method, but they could apply that to the Foo Fighter propulsion system. So, it's mentioning a rich fuel mixture, and this, according to Renato Vesco, talks about the Foo Fighter needed a fuel mixture, a very rich fuel mixture. So, I guess it's sort of adding things up a little bit, but in terms of evidence, there's really not a lot to go by, guys. Actually, hardly anything. Right. I tell you what, I'm blabbering on. I'm going to show you some videos of Foo Fighters, all right? Because we cannot have a show without showing. And it's this, all right? We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay. How am I going to do this? I hope it's a bit educational so far. My God, my side of my jaw is like, I can't even close it. So if I sound like a spaz, I'm really sorry. Right, where are we to? I have to do entire screen. Do I have to do entire screen? I think I might have to. Okay, entire screen, sound on. That. Got it. Right, okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And you have a full screen. Brave, by the way. Yes, so no more ads. Isn't it great? After like 5 months of you asking me, sick of seeing bloody ads, Nick. I understand. So we see how we go with this. So Foo Fighters. And all links are in description for these videos. Okay, let's do this.
That the Germans were experimenting with during World War II,
Here's a little small
which
extract.
was known to
Can you
American
hear it, by the way?
intelligence, and yet not really appreciated until the Germans began to
really?
cooperate
Bloody
with the
hell.
Americans following World War II in a unified effort to advance mankind into space.
The Allies described the various German flashing flying aircraft that they saw as Foo Fighters, fireballs. The German name for the typical Foo Fighter, however, was Fliegende Schildkröte, flying tortoise, because of its resemblance to the tortoise shell on the ground. It had been developed by a specialist technical unit of the SS in the Vienna suburb of Wiener Neustadt. It was, in fact, an unmanned flying probe. Its mission was to fly close to enemy aircraft and wreak havoc on the electrical circuits. In addition, it was equipped with a special type of klystron tube. The SS spoke of death rays.
I was a fighter pilot in World War II. I served a career of 24 years.
Yeah, I haven't, Mark G, in terms of NASA. Oh, by the way, Rotary, thanks for the link you sent on Twitter. I'm going to show that in a minute. But I also did a bit of digging on this guy here. And yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
As a fighter pilot in the United States Air Force. But I was a young fighter pilot in World War II.
All right, I'll check it out, man.
In the Air Force near the end of the war. And we began receiving reports sometime in 1943 of Foo Fighters, fireball fighters. They were balls of brilliant light, sometimes brilliant green and sometimes brilliant orange light, sometimes the size of a basketball and sometimes much bigger, that would get in formation with our bombers and stay there. Nothing, you couldn't shoot them down. You couldn't, no matter what maneuver we went through, they stayed exactly in position. I had friends who reported these balls of fire appearing outside of the cockpit of a fighter aircraft, only 10 and 15 feet away. And they did every maneuver they could think of, dives and rolls and everything, trying to get rid of this ball of fire out there. And it remained in exact.
Oh, yeah, packing Sophia is a nightmare. If I was your neighbor, I'd definitely help. I'll be one of those people. But yeah, it's always a stressful time. But once it's all done, it's all done. But yeah, it's just that worst bit, packing and moving is the worst bit.
The same position, no matter what they did. This represented a technology far superior to anything that we had encountered anywhere on the planet before. We thought these objects were being manufactured by the German government because they were our opposition at the time. And we thought they had discovered some new technique because we had already experienced other instruments, other vehicles that passed through the bomber formations at very high speed that also had glowing tails. We had close approaches of disc-shaped craft, not as close as one would like, but following bomber formations.
May one true Saxon, if anybody deals with Billy Meyer, yeah, promoting that. But yeah, I did a bit of we got to play a bit of Rendell a little bit later. All right, okay. I just want to touch upon it.
We knew that the rockets had been perfected, and we thought that most of these were simply a further extension of this rocket technology. And we believed that they were all being produced someplace by the Germans.
Sorry for this pause and all that, but yeah, that's awesome, Sophia. That sounds like Evan to me. Yeah, living on a farm in a cabin, crops is free. I mean, in Wales is lovely, so you're gonna have an amazing view. Yeah, man, that's cool as fuck. Yeah, we get crop circles as well. Perfect. We have to start doing CE5 in. So in terms of Rendell Stevens, a bit of a when I was looking into it. Let's get back to the photographs right here. That was promoted, didn't it? Did anyone hear this?
The fighter, however, was Fliegende Schildkröte, flying tortoise, because of its resemblance to the tortoise shell on the ground. It had been developed by a special...
Right, that. I was like, oh my God, that's a Foo Fighter. Unbelievable. Well, right. Hold on. What am I going to do? I'll come out of that. I never use my second screen, which I'm using for Brave. No, not that. No. Grab that. There we go. That's what I wanted. And it's that. Okay. And that. That basically is what you saw on the documentary. These were fake models that a specific company brought out. I don't think I actually have it on here. Yeah, that's it. So that is basically that. It's the same photograph, exactly the same photograph, just in yellow. All right. So yeah, this is obviously a fake model published by the Fokker Fokker Factory magazine. Fokker. Fokker. Oh yeah, why not? There's a lot of fuckers in yeah, there's a helicopter called Fuck Wolf. I swear to God, it's called Fuck Wolf. Yes, there it is. Yeah, that. I guess you could. That's a fucker, isn't it? Absolutely. So yeah, this was a model that people can buy and set up to make it look like a German flying saucer. So they took that concept and he stuck it in this documentary. And guess who made that documentary? Is the people that made the Hannibal Vril flying saucer conspiracy. Obviously, Norbert Jorgen Rathofer and Ralph Ettel, which we talked about on the previous 3 parts of German flying saucers. So yeah, there we go. That is where the models came from. There we go. So yeah, that's fake. And I did do an update on that one, saying I kind of backtracked on it. Hey, David, nice to see you. How's it going? Yeah. No, I haven't, mate. No, I'll go check it out, man. I tell you what, I've done a lot of sky watching recently, and I've got my satellite tracker out. I have seen balls of light in unison. Now, one can say, look, satellites. If you look through the satellite tracker, they sometimes go in clusters, but I have seen some that are all in like 3 or 2, obviously one would say with like a satellite, but it's just odd. And one of them the other day actually changed directions, which I thought was odd. But yeah, a lot of orbs recently, mate. There's been quite clear skies over my area, and they actually switched the the lamppost lights out, so it's literally pitch dark, and you can see every single star, and it's been amazing. But yeah, I'll go check it out, Dave. Yeah, yeah, much appreciated. But welcome on in, man. Welcome on in. So yeah, that's what I was going to show you, that one. So model debunks. That's not a Foo Fighter. In fact, we have no photographs of Foo Fighters whatsoever. Right. Okay. Should we just get to the debunk side of this? And like I mentioned before, that the fact that Germany had oh, you haven't uploaded it. Okay, no worries. But oh, do you do it at no, unfortunately I don't. But if you upload it to YouTube or wherever you want to upload it to on your social media site, I guarantee if you just say, can someone enhance this, I'm pretty sure someone might do it for you. The community will do you a favor, but don't expect miracles, mate. You know, when it comes to balls of light, it's kind of really tricky, depending on how good the photograph or video footage is. But mate, just upload it. Honestly, just go for it. There's no harm done whatsoever. In fact, I'd be quite interested to see, definitely, because I know me and Sophia, we're a bit of frequent sky watchers. So yeah, we'll put our input into it, 100%. Right, where are we to? I've got my notes. Do I have any notes on this? No, I don't. Okay, right. So this photograph here is a German radar system. Very, very powerful radar system. Like I mentioned, that the British had a radar system that sort of went bleep, bleep. Like it bleeps every like 3 or 2 seconds, basically. But the Germans had one like a searchlight. And what was talked about in Professor Simon's video, where he said he debunked Foo Fighters, that the fact that these radar systems were so powerful and they were there to literally search enemy aircraft. What should we talk about? The British and American aircraft. So it almost be like a searchlight, But the thing is, this is the thing. The radar systems were so powerful, it will actually produce a ionized plasma ball in the sky. Right. The only way you can see an ionized plasma ball if you had cloud cover. If you've got high cloud cover, if they're flying, I mean, for instance, I got a book right here. This book right here is from 1942. All right. This is during World War II. This is a meteorological handbook for pilots and navigators, right? And it literally says in here, and I'm not gonna go there, but I'm just gonna show you. Basically, there's a little extract in here because it really shows you how far and how high altitude the aircraft have to follow. The extract in here that says condensation trails, right? Like, okay, but what is saying in this book? Now, remember, 1942 is where we've seen Foo Fighters. It's basically saying in this book for pilots that you need to travel above 30,000 feet into the clouds, because if you've got high humidity and you've got a clear sky day, the trails will start to form, known as condensation trails. I'm not going there. And that is where the enemies can actually spot the aircraft because they can see the trails forming in the sky. All right. Okay. I'm just saying it's in this book. It's in this book. I do believe in chemtrails, but it's in this book. So yeah, it's basically saying the bombing formations needs to travel at a very specific high altitude above 25,000 feet. And that is where the trails are being formed. All right. So if you've got cloud cover, like for instance, it's called a cirrostratus, which is a very high altitude cloud, and you got that beaming, that satellite putting a beam up to the searchlight of the actual aircraft itself, it could potentially produce an plasma ball in the sky, isn't it? When you look at it, is that actually true? People in chat, have you ever heard of that? Yeah, mate, that was bad. I was nearly about to lose my shit on that show. I was like, fucking, it was ad every minute. It was annoying. But yeah, no more ads, I promise. So yeah, this is one of the theories I would put forward. Yes, the Germans in Dresden had a facility there, and this is where they were doing a lot of testing of these radar systems, very powerful radar systems, a lot more powerful than the British. In fact, one of the best in the world. But in terms of an experiment, can these radar systems produce an ionized plasma ball? And I think Professor Simon did do an analysis, well, his thoughts into this, which kind of debunks Foo Fighters. But if you go through Graham Randall's book, European, it's going to be the book out because it's a bit of a mouthful. Right, this here, really good book. UFOs before Roswell, European Foo Fighters from 1940 to 1945 does mention Nicky Chemtrail. Yes. No, it actually mentions disc-shaped craft and metallic craft that were also seen that eventually glowed into a ball of light. And that's what you've got to take in consideration. I think it's immensely fascinating. If you read through the reports, you can say you could swindle both ways. You could say, well, that kind of sounds like a plasma ball. And it was the way how the aircraft will basically move out of the way, and then the ball of light will basically follow the aircraft, which makes sense of the radar system literally tracking the aircraft. One way you could say it's a tricky one, mate. It really is a tricky one. But I quite like the idea that they develop probes, which you could side with what the reports were saying, especially the 415th Squadron, Night Fighter Squadron, so to say. Yeah, this is it. It kind of makes more sense than the device itself, but it's going to be one of those unexplained mysteries of a Foo Fighter. We're never going to find out what these are. We've got photographs of them. Close to untrue, beautiful water. But yeah, that was one of the debunks for it. The fact that it was just basically a ionized plasma ball created by the radar systems, or these were extraterrestrials, or these were probes to down military aircraft. Do we have any reports of these probes actually? Well, these Foo Fighters actually down in aircraft? I think there is one, and I could always do a follow up on that. So yeah, I think that's that. We've gone through my publications just to show you basically what they were saying back in 1950s and even during the war as well, when we were seeing these Foo Fighters. And yeah, there we go. So those were photographs, obviously Ghost Rocket. But I could say that didn't break the sound barrier because those Foo Fighter devices, if they were devices, didn't go that fast enough. So yeah, interesting concept though. So if you'd like to find out more information, there is your book, Renato Vesco, Intercept UFO, or Intercept but Don't Shoot. Intercept but Don't Shoot, yes. Good book talking about Foo Fighters being devices created by the Germans. So I hope that's a bit educational for you guys. To sort of give my perspective on German flying saucers, because I had add Foo Fighters into it. So we're talking about the flying discs, the Rudolf Schriever, Otto Hobbermall, Giuseppe Belluzzo, and Richard Mithe projects in 1941 to 1945. Those were the flying discs, the 3 models that were created, or amongst other models that were created. And then we had obviously we had after that, we had the Haunerbloom real flying saucers, went through the publications of that and where the stories came from. We had the Maria Orsic story, the Vril Society. I think that was like part 4 or 5. And also we had the Bell Project as well that we talked about. But I need to do an episode, a follow-up on that, on what made the Bell Project, and what made it flew. And obviously with part 6, we've now moved into Foo Fighters. So it's all German related, but I just sort of spliced it up and put things into a more cohesive timeline. So by all means, go check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've gone on a deep dive for you guys. And I don't think any other YouTube channel has actually done that in terms of German flying saucers. It's an immensely fascinating topic, and I've always been interested, and I still buy publications these days. But if I get a chance to see any, it's kind of a bit hard. But it's just something I've always been fascinated in. And even though I do believe, especially like the real flying saucers are fake, I have to admit, and even like Maria Orsic don't exist. Even I would say even like the Vril Society. Yes, I will join you. I will join you. I can feel my turf playing up. So yeah, it's again, it sounds like a skeptic, but once you do your hardcore research, you need to have a realistic perspective on. Look, Germans building anti-gravity flying saucers. Come on, we'll be seeing it. There'll be like loads of reports of it. I mean, yes, we have a few prisoners of wars for sure. Talking about flying discs, but you got to think 1940. Well, from 1941 to 1945, this was before Roswell. No one knew what flying saucers or aliens were. So they thought it was basically military technology, didn't they? Really. So they were like, well, what's these flying discs that the Germans were building? But obviously, we're talking about flying discs, not the anti-gravity flying saucers. And you could put that in perspective as well. But no, afraid not, mate. Afraid not. I tell you, I want the proof. I want date of birth, where she came from, in actual document form. And I want an actual photograph of her, tits and all, mate. Yeah, I would love to believe, but from the evidence I've seen, there is none. And but by all means, I will. Science evidence fringe, I will remain open-minded. And I'll be like, I'm 50-50, but I'm more, I'll say more 90% she's not real, but that 10%, I'm hold on hope, mate. Hold on hope. But nevertheless, it's an immensely fascinating story. I think the whole German flying disc project is immensely fascinating to me. So yeah, on that one, let's much love, brother. And much love, Maria. You're out there somewhere. Jenny, don't get jealous. Jenny hasn't made an appearance recently. StreamYard's changed a lot. In terms of like all buttons and stuff like that. So I will find Jenny. Jenny, you there, darling? Where are you to, Charlie? Jenny, you there?
This whole situation is fake and gay.
Yeah. Funny.
You are correct, Rotary Matrix.
See? She is about. I got to update her. In the right, darling.
Suck my balls.
Yeah, see? We like to have fun here. We like to have fun. So, right. Moving on. Peltzer. Is that some sort of weed? Is that weed, Rebecca? Sophia, sorry. Yeah, please do. Hey, yeah, if you got yeah, if you got any information on Maria Orsic, can I not share? If you just put investigate with Nick or alien addict in Twitter, by all means, or send me an email at alienaddictpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, if, like any information, I'll be more than happy to look into it. Absolutely. But yeah, with the photographs, like we talked about, Science Evidence Fringe, there is like so many photographs of Maria Orsic. And it's like, pick which one. Hey, Barry, I see you there, Barry. Barry HY, nice to see you, man. Welcome on in. So yeah, in terms of like photographs, it's like, which one do I pick? I tell you who got banned off Twitter or X is Marina Serene. She's gone. She's posting a lot of like anti-Semitic stuff on there. I was like, whoa, fucking hell, girl. Like, woo, spicy. But yeah, oh god. Every time I bend over, I can just feel it swelling up. Right, what have I got else to talk about? Oh, one thing I must talk about, and I must thank everyone. Alan, yes, it's a strain. And you call me Rebecca. Sorry, yeah, I'm on hidden. Oh, did I? Oh no. Oh, sorry, Sophia. Yeah, really sorry. I haven't got a reply back from Rebecca. Rebecca, if you're there, darling, look, message me, please. I am worried. I've sent you an email about over a week ago. I am worried. So if you are listening, we are thinking of you. And I'm calling Sophia Rebecca. That's how much, I'm worried. So we're all worried. But yeah, just message me back. It'd be much appreciated. I really do hope you're doing well. Yes, thank you, Rotary. That's it. Yeah, send me on that one. Real Alien Addict. But yeah, sorry, Sophia. That sounds like a nice strain, I have to admit. Right, okay. There's something I want to talk about. A guy named Rendell Stevens, just slightly before we talk about some other stuff that's potentially fake and gay. All right. Rotary, I think other people said that Rendell E. Stevens, bit controversial figure. Obviously, he's a bit controversial, but he's the one that I'm buying the books. Now, all your kind donations you've been giving me, I actually bought the book that I wanted for a long period of time. I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go on a whim and buy it. And I've actually received it. So it's called UFO Contact from Planet Igara. I'm heavily medicated, and yes, we know. That's interesting. I want to know what that is. This sort of alien that is not really talked about, but yes, Rendell E. Stevens' book, which I am collecting, and I've got that so far, and I've got another like 10 to go. But as I'm going through the controversies of, he's passed on, okay. What can I bring up here? Right, let's just do this. Let's just bring it up. Okay. Right, so according to this website called Tanner Boyle or something like that, I'm not sure. He went into a bit of a deep dive into Rendell C. Stevens. Sorry. And he what can I say this? Ollie on the cover. Yes, it did look like it, didn't it? Absolutely. He did have some allegations of child. Okay. And it appears that he was banged up in prison for it for about 5 years. And that's how many books I've got to collect. Like loads of them. Is it going to put me off? No, but it makes me a bit wary of. Look, I do not believe in Billy Meyer, and I think a vast majority of what he's been talking about, and we'll get to that in a minute, is potentially a bunch of bullshit. If you can lie about Billy Meyer and not really bring up the past, which no one does in ufology, it makes you go, okay, what's really going on here? And he was in co-writing a book. I think it was called UFOs Contact from Planet Palladian, where one of the authors, because he co-written the books with other people that had the experiences. And this guy sort of, so it says here, so William Herman, another contactee from Contact from Planet Reticulum, which is the other book I want to get. He was a co-writer by Stevens, and he cut ties with Stevens. And it says here that this is just, it's just got to be said, this is, it's just allegate. Well, if you think it's real or not, I've got to be careful what I say here. But this is what, according to this website, so Stephen is guilty for Stevens, which is the author of the book, is guilty of misrepresenting of UFO cases, gross exploitation of UFO cases, histories, mine included, and attempted to factualize and most elaborate hoaxes in UFO research. Oh man, I can't even read properly. Oh yeah, obviously the Billy Meyer case. Some other things. I don't really want to sort of go into a deep dive, but yeah, he was banged up apparently in prison for child molestation charges, where he actually pleaded guilty for, and that I did not know. That was in 1983 to 1986, according to this website. But the man himself, Rendell Stevens, said that not only was he banged up for Lester in a but he also had child on his, well, it wasn't basic computer back then, it was just like pictures of it. So there's just like, it makes you go, oh fuck. So it's like, yeah, I know, right? This is it. But the thing is, I'm not too sure how long he was in prison for. I really couldn't find any information on this. In terms of what the co-writers were involved with, they sort of cut ties on him because basically what he did. I couldn't really find any further information except for this website right here, where Rendell Stevens said he was basically set up. And that's why he was put in prison, because Ask Rock. All right, I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's just basically talking. So, do you see the dilemma I'm working with here? Am I going to buy books from a guy that did one of the worst acts in history? Allegedly. I don't know on this one, but I will ask Rock because Rory said so. All right, Rory, go on then. Let's bring up Grok. Okay, Grok, and it's basically. So yeah, this is. I know his books are rare. There's a lot of stories, like old history stories in terms of ufology that he pretty much created, really, and especially the person who popularized Billy Meyer, which is the biggest faker ever. I'm going to be honest with you. Was Henry Stevens sentence prison for how long? Okay. See what Grok says. Yes, the author. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Yeah, author. There we go. Okay, so it's saying here, just to clarify, Rendell C. Stevens was sentenced to 7 years in prison in 1984 for child and related charges. As mentioned earlier, he served a full term and was released around 1991, and that's where he started going to the circuits. Oh, God. This is according to Grok. Oh, dear. He's dead. Yes, he's dead. He died in 2010. Just light the mood up a little bit. For Christ's sake, I can't play any video of him. But no, Rotary, the thing is, when Rotary puts stuff out there, I want to see it. I have to look. And it makes me go, guys, just would you collect books knowing this? This is why I brought it up, because I'm sort of in a bit of a dilemma here. I'm just like, these are like real fucking serious charges, man. Just like, that's a real bad thing. And I'm buying his books. I just going, and they're not bloody cheap as well. They're over a couple $100. They're not exactly cheap. I don't know. I'll think. I'll think about it. Fuck's sake. There's always someone in ufology, isn't it? Who's got to do a dirty deed, for Christ's sake. Oh dear. And there's another website. Look at that. I can switch between websites now and then. You should have done in the past. And this is another one saying, clearing the name of a good and honorable Rendell Stevens. And basically in this one says he was just basically set up because he was bringing out the truth on UFOs. I don't know, if you're pleaded guilty for charges, mate, and you served your sentence. But anyone wants to defend anyone's cases, isn't it, really? Yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know what you mean, mate. Yeah, I guess what I mean, it is UFO stuff. Is like, would you buy a book from Jimmy Savile or Rolf Harris or anyone at the BBC? Or literally anyone at the BBC. I know it made me sat there for a week as I sort of went into it and managed to find this information. I'm going, oh, do I continue and all that? But UFOs is UFOs, but yeah, it's like those are the books there I wanted to get. Oh, there's Billy Meyer. Oh, that's Michael Horn. Oh, the biggest grifter of all. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, this is it. He's not a UFO. Oh, God. So, yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there. Oh, God, there was this video I wanted to play by him. I don't think I want to play it. No, sod it. I can go. I tell you what I can play, though. Where are you to? Let's get rid of that. What are we going to do there? No, I think I'm going to skip that. Right, let's play some. I'm going to go 420 because I can feel my tuffer in again. Yeah, I would agree. Dodgy cunt. Oh, love the word cunt. I have to admit, I love it. And I will be playing a video later. It has the F word in it, but it's extremely funny. Oh, is he still alive, Billy Meyer? That video looked quite recent, actually, didn't it? But yeah, I would agree. Anyone's promoting that sort of stuff. And I was listening to, actually watching a lot of Rendell C. Stevens lectures, and I'm going, oh, God, like, you sound like a massive bullshitter. Welcome to ufology. But anyway, I'm blabbering on. Pour yourself an adult beverage. Take your cocodamol. Take whatever medical prescription you must take to stop pain in your turf. And come 420 with me. And let's listen to some testimonies of Foo Fighters. Let's do it. By the way, this woman's going to go, yeah. So just for like 5 minutes.
These things, and they hit us back and retaliate and destroy us.
Yeah.
So what did they look like then?
They were just like orange, yellowy footballs.
Yeah.
They were glowing. A yellow, little bit of orange coming into it, and all of a sudden they were following us, and we dived, and they followed us. We twisted, we climbed, and they followed us.
So it was just as though they were intelligent then, and they seemed to know by changing direction.
I mean, they were in control.
Yes.
And after all, you saw that after 50 miles, and we lost 14,000 feet of height, they started to fade away.
Yes.
But at times they put on extra speed, and when they sort of, they're going along, and when they did that, there was sparks, things coming out of the tails. Or behind them.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But what they were,
Yes, you don't know.
I never.
Did you ever think it was the other side that had a new?
I thought they were probably rocket. You know, you think a lot about this, and I wonder whether they were controlled anti-aircraft shells.
Right.
But of course, no one's ever spoken about this.
No.
I wonder whether they were controlled anti-aircraft shells, controlled by radar.
Yeah.
But no one ever mentioned, and nothing's been mentioned about this since, have they?
Know what it is? We cannot identify it. It looks like 3 silver discs far away. If you take one dime at arm length, that's about the size I can figure out. Then suddenly 2 vanish, and I mean vanish. Blue sky, they vanish. And one, the time to say 1, 2, 3, make a long circle with crashing green, blue, red, everything on the back towards us, pass between us and the mountain like a lightning, and went zigzag and disappeared. When he passed, I had a green light in my cockpit, a matter of a fraction of a second. And I remember I can see something, hard to say, 15, maybe 20, 25 feet diameter, like a disc, went under us and disappeared. But the next things, and a little tinkling around me, okay, we were tired. And then the thing I see, I look, all my instruments, they were all getting crazy. My Sperry compass was going counterclockwise about that speed. All the other instrument was going this crazy. And I said, of course, I had the answer today. But I said,
hey, Barry, I'll see you soon, mate.
And
I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.
My 2 wings went sky high, yelling. And the interphone, what's going on? Shit, I'm back and all that. I said, hey, back. And then I said, no radar, no nothing, navigation. What can we do? Radio wasn't functioning anymore. Well, lucky when I think about it, our magneto was still going on. That's still a mystery, because what happened today? I know high level of magnetic field. Okay. So fortunately, above the mountain, I saw the base far away. Thanks God. So we all land, and you see 3 exciting guys were going down there. We arrive, and like normally, we had to do our reports. On our report, we say everything like it happened.
Wait, Stu.
And that's what.
Yeah, do you know what I think with my bloody jaw? I think a soup might do, like a chicken soup. Yeah, I fancy that. I fucking get hungry now. I just 420 and I'm like bad munchies.
The CEO, when he began to read that, he looked at us, he picked up the phone and he says, Doc, I got to send you 3 guys. They got my
beef stew, pork stew.
They're very tired.
Some sort of meat.
And we had to go.
You're not vegetarian, are you?
Yeah, I was mad. I said, what? 20 minutes? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, God, no, it's not possible. What's going on? I mean, is that a secret weapon, a new secret weapon of the German? The briefing and the intelligence in each briefing should tell us nothing of that kind. What is this? We can't fight that. If that's a secret a weapon of the Germans, so we can't fight that. We lost the war. Going gloriously with our plane at 450 miles, So finally, I took the CEO to the hangar and I said, sir, you better tell us what's happening. You must know more than we know. What is happening? Look what happened inside of the plane. It was 1 hour after. The mechanics has to take all those instruments out on the 3 plane.
Oh, you got potatoes in it.
And he went crazy. He said, wow, all this smoke, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, you better believe our story. We were grounded 4 days. The second day, we had some VIP coming early in the morning. We had to be put inside a room, questioned. Oh, Colonel.
Man, I'm a big meat eater. I've got to have meat every day. That sounds kind of gay, didn't it? But no, honestly, I could not be vegetarian. I couldn't. No offense if you are vegetarian. I'm not gonna bash, but man, if you smell bacon and you don't want to eat that, neighbors were cooking bacon. I was just getting wafts of it. I'm like, I want bacon now. Even like burgers and stuff like that. Oh man, I'm starving now.
Plus his head and everything.
All this food talk. Yes, fake meat.
Gentlemen, he says, you are not crazy. You are.
Yeah, I'm not going to play too much of this. But yeah, I've been supporting my local farmer, and I tell you what, best meat, best veg you're going to get. I have to admit.
Not having hallucination. You have seen the right things. Oh my God! I said I'm going to see something.
Don't eat red meat.
We are going to know
No,
what's
I
going
don't
on.
either, mate. Not that
Yeah,
much.
but meanwhile, the aide make us sign some paper. You know, you don't remember everything. You haven't seen nothing. Military secret, and that's a bad.
Oh, I tell you what, you cannot be a proper kebab place. That is a very much guilty pleasure of mine. I only have that like on special occasions. I'm like, if I can't be fucked to cook, I'm like, there's an amazing place that is in town, and it's like it's got a little cart thing, and it's fucking banging. Like, it don't get any grease in it, but I have a mixed kebab. It's got the chicken, the lamb, the beef. Oh, mate, and it's a full salad with tomato ketchup. Oh man, that's heaven, and it's in like a warm like bread. I sound like a stoner now. I sound like someone who's just got stoned and like begging for food. I'm so hungry. Hey, Spirited Kenny, I'm hungry. Welcome on in.
The war is finished for you. 1945. And I was the end of it.
I was in the 5th Air Force serving in an intelligence capacity, and I was one of, as I recall, 12 GIs, members of my unit, flying into Japan.
Bobby, yeah, Bobby. It is you're One True Saxon's dad, right? Did I say that right? Oh my god, I am like way too stoned at the moment. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, massive shout out to Bobby. Enjoy your kebab. I'm extremely jealous. Or One True Saxon, you having a kebab? I know I saw chicken and kebab, and those are two of my favorite things. Amazing. But yeah, shout out to Bobby. Peace and love, brother. Awesome. But yeah, let's. Shall I continue with this? Oh no, we'll just play this one clip. It's just some testimonies from. I think it's the 415th Night Fighter Squadron. I think, not too sure, but they were the ones that were seeing the Foo Fighters quite a lot.
To be the first Americans into Japan, which was 3 days before they officially surrendered. And
would be surprised.
I was flying in a C-46 transport plane as one of the passengers, and see, we left the island of Ieshima, spelled Ieshima. It's right, a little island right off Okinawa. And our destination was Iwo Jima, a very famous island in the Pacific. And that was the staging area.
We took off at fantastic speed at the
yes.
at least 45 degrees angle, and they just disappeared between the.
Yeah, once again, massive shout out to Bobby, brother. Yes, you're live on Alien Addict. And yeah, I tell you what, once we have this like live stream, yes, I'm planning to do a live stream and possibly a meetup near Christmas time. It's all in the planning stages at the moment. And I think we're gonna like meet like halfway. So we'll pick a location somewhere that it's easier for every single one of us because we're all scattered about. Sorry for the people in America. You're more than welcome to come if you want to fuck the money to come here. But yeah, I'm looking to plan and do that. But yeah, good to see everyone. And once again, good to see Bobby. And we'll all get a kebab. That's one thing for sure. Gotta eat. Absolutely for sure. But yeah. I was going to play this. Oh, it's this History Channel. Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
E-1 rocket. England had advanced radar, an unblinking eye in the sky. And America was hard at work developing the ultimate weapon.
Okay, so I'm not going to play it. I'm going to say this now. This is for entertainment purposes. And this is from Eyes on Cinema. Yes, Eyes on Cinema doing a really, really good job in terms of putting out dedicated UFO stuff from the past 80 to 90 years. It's incredible stuff. Yeah. Historian on ufology, for sure. Yeah, just have a dance party outside like a pub or something like that.
The atomic bomb. And, says research scientist Richard Haynes, the belief that the other
yes, don't worry, I
side
will
could have
definitely sort
developed
something
just
out.
about anything
Definitely.
may have concealed the largest mass UFO sighting in history.
There were sailors on ships. There were GIs on the ground in artillery battalions. There were German soldiers on the other side of the line. People from all sides of the war were involved and reported the same thing.
Pilots described them as seemingly guided balls of light. Bob Leroy, a member of the 11th Airborne in New Guinea, remembers his first sighting of the mysterious craft.
Suddenly I saw this ball about this size, that thing there about 3 feet in diameter, following this Japanese Betty bomber. And it started changing colors.
Oh, Rory, thank you so much, brother. Oh, kind donation of £5. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll get more books. Don't have to get Rendell Stevens. There are like other books I want to get. There's one of them that is an oldie, but it talks about MK Ultra. I think someone put it in chat. MK Ultra with the music industry. I think it's a book from the early 80s, which is a bit of money. I can't remember what it's called. I got it saved on my eBay, but that's one I've got my eye on. I think I want to delve into that sort of side because there's only so much I can talk about in ufology, but I want to sort of go into, you could say, the conspiracy side at some point in it, really. We've got to touch upon it. But yeah, MK Ultra, the mind control programs going on. So yeah, which I like to do research in terms of books. So that would come in handy. But yes, thank you so much, guys. And especially Rory Matrix. The kind donation of £5. Thank you so much, brother. And I when we meet up, we'll definitely have a pint and a kebab, whatever food you want, mate. Thank you so much.
I thought I'd seen a new secret weapon. I had to agree
Cheers,
with
brother.
the rest
Much love.
the guys because that's what they all thought it was. They didn't know any better, and nobody had ever heard of a UFO in '44.
They were spotted around the world and became known as Foo Fighters, from the French word for fire. According to Haynes, who has investigated hundreds of newspaper and eyewitness accounts, the descriptions of the Foo Fighters are disturbingly alike.
Pilots would report glowing, luminous balls of light that would come up from the ground, often orange or red.
All right, awesome.
Anywhere from 1 foot to 6 feet in diameter, would accelerate.
Yeah, the people I go camping with have vans that have all been converted. And it's actually quite cozy, actually. You know, instead of putting a tent, they've got everything like in the like camper van. It's like I think one of them's got a sports transit van, and he decked it out unbelievably. You can go anywhere, and he came with camping with us. And he showed me. I was like, "Fucking hell!" He spent thousands on it, but it's unbelievable. Like you can actually travel anywhere, you know, and stay there. So yeah. Bunchu Saxton. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thanks for the shout out from Bobby. He really is buzzing. Oh, much appreciated, man. And yeah, it'd be good to see everyone and also see Bobby as well. And that, oh man, I'm very humbled. Thank you so much, guys. It's I'm not having the best of week, put it that way, for this flipping pain. But everyone's so kind here and it's making me forget all about my problems and all the pain and everything. But yeah, once again, Bunchu Saxton, thank you so much for your kind £5 donation. Thank you. And yeah, another shout out for Bobby. You're the man, brother. You're the man. Right, let's finish off this video. Thanks again, brother. Much appreciated.
Accelerate up to their altitude and then level off very quickly and then stay beside the airplane. They would fly either singly or in pairs or in trio or 4 objects, oftentimes in rigid formation, which is important. And all of these flight dynamics point in one way or another to a fairly high intelligent level of guidance.
Robert May was the tail gunner on a B-24 for the last 2 years of World War II. He vividly recalls a dangerous top-secret mission to drop guns and ammunition behind German lines. But it wasn't the nature of the mission that has stayed with Robert for more than a half-century. It's what he saw up there.
I spied something out there. It was kind of bright. Didn't know if it was an aircraft or what it was. I'd say it was probably traveling at a fairly decent speed, maybe 200 miles an hour, 300 miles an hour, and it was coming toward us, but it was coming in a bright light. That's what made it so odd, that we could not identify, because we all knew exactly whatever enemy aircraft was there. We knew what it was. It was very easy, because that's one of the things we learned real quick. Like,
The Allies thought it was the Nazis that it was the Allies. Then the fireball showed up in Japan.
And here from the November.
Yeah, they start to show up in Japan as well. This is the other thing. You know, if there was German technology, why are they showing up in Japan? This is the other thing. So it kind of goes down the ET route. I mean, someone put in chat earlier that the fact that, you know, are we still seeing Foo Fighters today? I would argue, yeah, I think we are. You know, the thing is, in terms of balls of light, glowing balls of light, getting close to aircraft. I mean, me and Hidden talked about the Japanese cargo aircraft from 1986, where this is like balls of light, but he saw a massive mothership. But we're just specifically dealing with balls of light here. So it's you can work three ways: ET devices or radar systems, plasma balls, basically. Don't worry, there's no Ross. Don't worry. Hey, Anne Woodward, nice to see you. No, oh Jesus. I promise to God, yes, he's banned. I think that Mike Batista one. If there's one we can really take the piss out of, I will. That deserves to be taken the piss out of. I will show it. Very, very short. But no one likes Ross. Oh, comfy sofa. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God. What can I say, brother? You're pretty much a neighbor, isn't it? You know, I'm not going to exchange bloody, addresses and all that, but I know you're not too far from me. But a fellow Bristolian, thank you so much, and definitely owe you a pint of cider when I see you, when we definitely meet up. But yeah, thank you so much, Comfy Sofa. It's much appreciated, and yeah, thanks for being here. I think you've been here since like Ollie, isn't it? Started, so I think you've been here for a number of years. But yeah, much appreciated. A dedicated part of the community. I shouldn't have 420'd. Sorry. Oh my God, it's I can feel it. I feel the swollenness, and I'm gonna go take meds, I think. Oh mate, is he gonna turn up today? I don't think so. I got the metallic dildo making an appearance, and an update on the Panama alien thing. We'll get to that in a minute. Mate, I'm drooling because of the fact that I probably can't even eat that, to be honest with you. But yeah, oh mate, good kebab, definitely. We'll find a good kebab place and we'll keep that as a location, and a good pub as well. But yeah, honestly, everyone's so kind today. Yeah, Comfy Sofa, thank you so much. Much appreciated. I tell you what, let's get out of that. We know what Foo Fighters are. All links are in description, so you can go check that out. How do I get out of here? Hold on. There we go. What else can I show? Okay. This is really interesting. Really, really interesting. This is what Sophia sent me. Scanner Guy 1968. Really good channel who tracks the skies like I like to do. I want to have this sort of quality at some point. Probably sometime next year. I think it needs... Well, these cameras need a very good investment, isn't it? But it's one of those things. It's like, am I going to invest on something that's I'm going to be used on a daily basis? Bear in mind, I'm in England, and how many times we get clear skies? What, 15% of the year? It's not a lot. So yeah, but check this out. This is what I want to capture. In terms of balls of light, check this out. No, do not put ads. You are brave. Right, this is what I've been seeing. I have seen these, like two balls of light. Just, yeah, there we go. I think I've seen this too, Sophia. Call you Rebecca again. down a little bit. Sorry, guys. The thing is with this, and Sophia, you probably say the same thing, is that these big balls of light, what can these be? I see them all the time. In fact, all these balls of light, you can find it on my time-lapse video. I started to do night visions now. So it actually, it's not night vision like this. It's like the Insta360 version of this, where the sky is a bit more brighter blue. But you do see these balls of light. Yes, some of them are satellites because I got a satellite tracker and I can see some, I would say, from my estimation that I've done so far, 25% of the balls of light I see in the sky that I track, and every single ball of light I see, like, right, get the tracker out, see the satellite, and 25% of the time is only a satellite. The other 75% doesn't show up. Could be space debris. These balls of light actually change direction, and I have seen that. I guess that's kind of like a Chris Bledsoe moment. But you need to take in consideration as well space debris. Are these other satellites showing up on the not on the flight tracker? And if you put the actual tracker for the satellites, there are like thousands. You'd be surprised how many that are littered in different types of atmospheres. Some of them, they go bright and then fade out, probably like this one here. See, it fades out. I see that a lot. I think the explanation for that is either meteorites, for sure. One would say, well, the sun has now faded away. Sorry, the satellite has actually gone out of distance, so the sunshine is not on it. But is at such a high altitude, it's going to be kind of hard to tell, isn't it? But this is what I find interesting, because I'm so new to it. Sorry, my God, I don't need a drink. I mean, in terms of sky watching, I've done quite a lot of it, more observation when the skies are clear. Probably the same with sheep hop-up as well. Yeah, some of them obviously can be satellites, but it's picking out the ones that are not. And like the other day, I saw one that changed direction, and it was like a Chris Bledsoe moment, I have to admit. You know, I didn't see E5 or anything, but I thought, that's odd. That's odd. This, I think, is sped up, mate. Yeah, this is sped up. So imagine that, but half the speed. And I know because on my time-lapse video, I actually might better bring one up, actually. Can I bring one up here? Night time-lapse. Let's see if I've got one here. Interesting, isn't it? But yeah, I think this is all sped up, mate. I think it is. I don't think you're going to see it. I don't think you're going to see it. Okay, never mind. I was going to show you my night time lapse, but it's not bright enough. It's a bit dark, and I don't think you're going to see anything. But nevertheless, I thought that was quite interesting. Now, I have seen, like Sophia has seen, in pairs as well. But it's finding what's a satellite, what could be a meteorite. It deserves investigation. Yes, I think that's the link for that one. Interesting. Yeah, so Scanner Guy 1968. Keep on going because I'm not even subscribed. Oh, that's because I got on a different channel. That's on Cosmic Twilight. Yeah, it does some fascinating videos, I have to admit. Okay, let's get all that. What else we got here? Oh God, here we go. Okay, remember that intergalactic metal dildo? Well, I managed to find the original video. His name's James. The last update today and would test. I'm just going to see if he's uploaded anything else. Update. Hold on.
Okay, guys, another update here. Sorry about the rant on my last video. I just can't get over how stupid some of you guys are. I'm happy that not all of you are that retarded, but only some of you, so that's okay. If you need any help, let me know, guys. If it's hard to live in this world when you're when you're autistic or whatever. Just
I haven't seen his last update. Should we have a little look? Oh no, I thought he was talking about basically. Remember that massive metal
gonna
rod?
give another update here. I've been trying to find a fluorescent bulb, but these are all LEDs. It's like an actual flash.
So my previous video live stream, I was talking about that rod that has the descriptions of various symbols on the end of it, which I have nicknamed the Intergalactic Metal Dildo of 2025. As girthy as it is, apparently, yes, it is. Looks just like a dildo. I'm not joking. Everyone in chat is like, that is, even in the comment section was like, mate, where have you been? What website have you been?
Light inside of the light bulb. So if I find a fluorescent light, I will do the fluorescent light test.
Bobby, I'm really sorry, mate. I think once you Saxon, you'll have to like close. Get Bobby not to watch this one because we might say some dirty words in this one.
Just to put next to it, say it should light up. But also, since it is giving off these electromagnetic frequency, which is what I'm told it has to be doing to make the radio go off, that it's likely it's radioactive too. So I'm working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday again. Those 3 days, and I should be back.
This is YouTube.
After Tuesday.
Bye on TikTok.
Might be a good thing I'm away from it for a while. I got all the markings wrote down. I've shown you guys these tests now. I don't care if nobody believes me. I've seen it with my own eyes, so I have nothing to prove here. I'm just trying to figure it out and spread the truth to the rest of the world. Yeah.
Okay, so spreading the truth. And what are you going to do now?
I'm going to secure it again if I don't find a fluorescent light bulb by tomorrow before I leave for work. And yeah, it'll be another 3 days. Let me know if you guys want anything else. I mean, any other tests I can do with it today. Here, I'll do another test quick. Throw a piece of wood at it.
Did you say throw wood at it? Oh, did I hear that right?
I'm just going to hit it with this piece of wood, see if anything happens. Oh, I missed. Throw this piece of wood at it. That's the noise it makes. So now we have a test for the noise.
And you call other people retarded.
Is that a ladybug right there? It's something. Yeah. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll make an update.
Oh dear. Well, this is fun, isn't it? Yeah, ufology's off to a right banger, isn't it? Yeah, what is he blabbing on about? Yeah, James, thanks for letting me using your video. I'm just very intrigued to see whether or not this thing is a something you get probed by. I don't know, which one should we click on?
Okay, guys, just doing today's update. I have the video up still of the test results there. I don't care if nobody believes me. I'm not trying to do this so people believe me. Do you understand that if it is a national security threat, they're going to legally have to come after me? That's why I can't post their actual test, retards. Like, God, how stupid can you be? Oh, you didn't post the actual thing. Nobody's going to believe you. I don't care at this point. I don't care if anyone believes me. I know what it is. So I'm deleting the...
Hey, Moody. How's it going? Oh, God. Oh, man. I can't.
Old video.
Imagine if this was real, though. Imagine that he actually found this object and he was actually telling the truth. Yeah, welcome on in, Moody. Nice to see you. It's been a couple of weeks. Hope you're doing well, brother. Yeah, I just... Oh, mate, I have no idea what to say about this other than, well, I could say it's faking gay, isn't it? Look at it.
Very soon, if anybody wants, like, credible evidence, I have the pictures of the test, or I could retest it. I don't care, and I'll email it or something. But I'm not just gonna post that on YouTube. That's the stupidest thing ever, you guys. The amount of stupidity in my comment section is it's unbelievable.
What about you guys?
It would be like posting me making a bomb online, saying, "Oh yeah, this is just me making a bomb, so you can believe that I made a bomb, and I'm not gonna do anything illegal with it."
God, fucking harsh to say, mate. God, bloody hell. Calm
Anyways.
down. Yeah, you sound, no offense, emotionally unstable. But if you want to go check out this guy, because I don't know what the hell he's going to do next with this metal thing, there is the link for it. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. But yeah, in terms of this metal rod thingy, here it is.
Okay, guys, this is.
There it is.
Keep it somewhere else.
But he's got a whole backstory behind this. Yes, quite right. It looks like a dildo. That's all I'm going to say about that one. It looks like something you shove up your ass, mate. Sorry to bombard you with all this stuff, but apologies. What else have we got? Have I got anything on Twitter? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's bring up Twitter. So I think that is everything on Brave, isn't it? Yep. UFOs, Flower, we'll come back to him another time. Scanner guy. Right, there's one video I'm going to play at the end. It says the F word, so if you get offended by that, that's a bit of a you problem, but I found it absolutely hilarious. So let's bring up our favorite place, which is known as Twitter, and see what I got saved. And then we're off to the end of the show, because that's 2 hours. I don't know, mate. Honestly, the thing is like there's two things: is the intergalactic metal dildo and this. Let's bring it a bit bigger. I want to see my face. Look at that. Oh, he's on. So this is the Panama. Oh, let's put the music up. So this is obviously the venom goo from this of our all bloody places TikTok. King Panama. I'm gonna have a look now. King Panama. So, yes, got him. Yeah, it proves that is real because of the music. Because I think I had a copyright last time. So yeah, in terms of something that's been created in an art studio, this is one of the grifts, guys. I know that grift is pretty much overproduced, isn't it? I would say now. It's just, this is ufology. And in fact, if you listen to me and Hidden's show, it basically looks like it, mate, doesn't it? If you pay attention to me and Hidden's show that we did on Wednesday, we talked about ufology. And I said to Hidden, I said, what, in terms of like, why you're not uploading any videos? It's like, mate, because there's a bunch of shit out there. What am I supposed to talk about? Drones? Rocket balloons? You know, this bloody fake stuff, you know, it's like he wants legitimate videos, and at the moment we're not really getting that. We're just getting bloody metal dildos and flipping this and boogosphere. I don't care about the carbon dating document or analysis because there's full of spelling mistakes. That doesn't sound credible to me. Again, we're dealing with Haini Masan. It's the guy. I tell you what, let's bring up his actual Twitter. No, TikTok, isn't it? There it is. Yes, I'm on TikTok. Follow. Oh my God. Can't believe I just did that. Right, here it is. Let's put it a bit bigger. So this is his page. Yes, he had the venom thing going up his neck. Remember that, Moody? And then he's changed it back to this. And this is his latest one. Do we have sound? Oh, sound no. So look. Oh, he's done a Japanese thing. Okay, so he's got in a suitcase. Oh no, it's one of those plastic cases. In a safe? I just don't understand the concept of what he's doing here. He's not really explaining, he's just showing just a bunch of tinfoil. Yeah, why the Chinese text next on the case? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, someone is saying here, once again, the camera is showing half of everything. This is beyond frustrating. It certainly is. But you will be surprised how many people want to believe it. They're really attached to it. Yeah, right. I would agree, Sophia. Yeah, so Bell. It's just, yeah, I'm sorry for showing you guys, but again, when we are dealing with TikTok, it does not help your case at all. Oh, you shirtless? Come on, guy. Come on. Show some dignity. So yeah, that's that bit. Apologies, I have to show you that. But yeah, it's just once again, it's right in the trend is trying to get that 5 minutes of fame, the 5 minutes of dopamine. Do you understand? This seems to be a very common thread in 2025 in ufology. Oh mate, I tell you, I wouldn't even still believe him. He's done so much damage. I just cannot believe him anymore. I don't care what the carbon dating says. That I sound like a skeptic now, but it's like I said, it's like a relationship. Even like a friendship. When someone lies so many times, eventually you just don't believe them. Trust me, I've been in a band situation. I know the lead singer in my band was like that, just a notorious liar. And anything he says, and just like, oh, I just don't believe anything you say anymore. And it's just like that with Heine, because it's been caught out so many times. Hey, Puck Elf, nice to see you, man. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Is it the morning there? Oh, yeah, because I think you're in Australia, isn't it? Yeah. But nice to see you, man. I hope you're doing all well. It's been a while. And yeah, welcome on in. Yes, we're just going through the... that's probably the last time I'll talk about the Panama thing. Probably not. Oh, there it is, the safe thing. Yeah. UFO Mania Hidden absolutely loves that. Right. Okay. First things first. I don't want to dwell too much. Okay. Petitions on this digital ID does sod all. I'm sorry to say this, but we are losing the fight on this one. It doesn't matter if it goes up to 3 million. The government has got an agenda. They're going to stick to it. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say. They're going to stick to the agenda because we are dealing with puppets here. You know, we're dealing with the chaos that Tony Blair left us. I'm not going to go into it, but the government, it don't care about you. You need to understand that. And it's good to see the people being more awake in this country. I don't want to say dwell too much into the subject because it's going a bit political, but I don't know what the flipping outcome is going to be on this one, but I say it's not going to be good. It's not going to be in our favor. And like I said, I want to say I'll lose hope, but the government is like, yeah, up yours. We're going to do what we want anyway. Again, because they're all puppets and they got an agenda. And yeah, it's kind of sad to see the state that it is. But anyway, AI. Remember that Breeze? Is it Breeze? Yeah, he started to do AI stuff. I know people are a bit funny with AI. If I show this to my missus, she'll be absolutely fuming. But nevertheless, I find it quite beautiful. I really do. And I think it's just going to get better from there, you know. I know, I appreciate art like that. I'm kind of... look, if you're an artist, I understand the frustrations of AI taking over because I see it everywhere, literally everywhere on YouTube, with thumbnails. Everyone's guilty of it now, so it's taking the artist out of the art, so to speak. But I am finding some quite astonishing stuff like this video, I have to admit. But yeah, how'd you get your head around that, like the copyright and all that? Because AI is basically taking other people's creativity, isn't it, when you look at it? Yeah, that's not like just stuff like that. I don't know. Something about it. I don't know. It just like catches my eye. I love stuff like this. It really is. It's like I think it's like I like British countryside, and I love Sweden. Not Swindon, Sweden. The place Sweden, and it reminds me of this. Just very angelic, beautiful landscape, green. I don't know. It's just something about it. See, I've 420'd a lot. Great medications, fantastic. Forgot all about my turf. Yeah, Alan Watts, fantastic guy. Not too sure about David Icke anymore. I'm going to be honest. Oh yeah, check this out. Look. Watch this, right? Yeah, I never saw that before. Apparently, it's an old one, but yeah, I found that funny. Give me a bit of a chuckle. So anyway, right, what else we got here? All right, Uri Geller. Right, let's have a laugh. Go on. So Uri Geller, another guy I can't take seriously. He's going to literally cover up the negatives for an alien being that he photographed. Uri Geller, guys, clown or we talking about Yuri on that one, Mark? Because I think he's a bit of a clown, to be honest with you. Yeah, everyone found that funny. Thank God for that. Right, 2 minutes. Listen.
Hi, my dear friends.
I just clocked a bent spoon on his t-shirt there.
This is the camera, the Minox camera, with which
I thought so.
Photographed the alien bodies. I actually got this from the CIA to spy for them. This is the day I met Dr. Werner von Braun. Here he's showing me a piece of a UFO. I actually got this gift from him, a Zeiss camera.
Yeah, I'm not going to have it. Sod it.
And this is when he takes me out to the car park and we drive to a concrete building. And if you haven't seen the animated film, it's on my website. It's also on my X. This is from the animation. This is exactly what I saw. We went down there. I saw bodies. Some were injured. Let me show you.
Yes, that. Quotations like that make me go, oh, really? The spoon bending guy. I'm slurring my words.
Where I keep the negatives of the Minox. Gosh, we're going back 50 years.
Yes, it's true. He hasn't been relevant in years. He was a lot on BBC when I was a kid, back in the day.
I believe this was actually Sigmund Freud's safe. To make sure nobody gets an eye and looks at them, I blanked out the crucial ones. There it is. Minox. I will not reveal them yet. You know why? Because I want this man to be the first to announce the revelation. No doubt he will take a group of journalists from all over the world into that space, into that refrigerated room. Maybe they've moved them elsewhere. They exist. And to those skeptics, you will eat your hearts out when we reveal the photographs and when he reveals the bodies.
Oh my God. Yeah, again, it's like the Ross Coulthard. Yeah, there's a UFO so big, you had to put a building around it. You know, just wait, something big's going to happen in 2027. Oh yeah, by the way, this 2027 nonsense, which is just like 2012 all over again, and even like the Millennium Bug. Ufology, once again, is going to set itself up for failure. If I'm still here on Alien Addict, and believe me, 2027, it's like the build up to 2012. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing big in ufology is going to happen. All we're going to be talking about is fucking drones. Sorry for swearing. I need to cut down on swearing. I do apologize. Obviously, Bobby, sorry. Bobby, for one true accent, if you're there, say sorry to Bobby. I swore. I do apologize. But I think everyone's saying worse things at the moment about Uri Geller. But the thing is, this 2027 nonsense is just, once again, it's set up for failure. We've been through this so many times. Trust me, 2012 was a big thing. Oh, an alien invasion is going to happen. Something big is going to happen in the London Olympics. The spiritual awakening, the consciousness shift, which kind of in a steady progress, we can say. But we've been there before, right? So, yeah, Uri Geller. Oh my God, Seriously, Gar? That's quite interesting. Look at that. No, you bell shaft. There we go. Yes. This is a plant giving off oxygen. Oh, please don't copyright the music. It's terrible. Isn't that crazy? Plants are amazing. It's like it's pissing, isn't it? Oh, it's an aquarium plant producing oxygen. How wonderful. I think I'll show that last time. Yes, the intergalactic boogosphere dildo. Right. I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I have. I'm just going to go check through my notes one more time. I think that's it. Randall Stevens. Okay. Okay, right. I think that's it, guys. I'm going to call it there because my jaw's kind of clenching up a little bit. So it is exciting times, I would have to admit. We're a lot of challenging times at the moment, especially in England. Not going to go there, but it's unpredictable, scary, but concerning. But give it time. I think things will work out. Shouldn't lose hope, really. It's like I always have this at the end of my intro video. Where is it to? You know, it's at least try to put some positive aspect to this community because, yeah, you guys know me. You know the way I could be quite political and my concerns on everything going on in England. But sometimes I sound like a Debbie Downer, but we shouldn't never really give up on what you really want to do. There's love, there's inspiration. You can't go wrong. Absolutely. So there's a button. There we go. So yeah, it's one of those things, man. But in terms of ufology, I blank refuse to talk about drones. Like Hidden said, if that was on the card, if that was a subject talking about 3 years ago, or Hidden put a video out 3 years ago talking about drones, you had the piss taken out of him. But now it's all acceptable because there's nothing else going on in ufology at the moment. So this is why I do these, deep dives into these subjects, because I'm not talking about drones for 2 hours. Fucking hell, boring, isn't it? Ufology, it's a mixed bag, and at the moment, it's not really on my good side because I'm just seeing all the crap coming out of it. Like on the UFO pages that I showed you on Hidden Show, it's just to try and find content for you to show. But all I'm showing you is metallic dildos and bloody Panama flipping venom stuff. We all know it's fake, and I just don't. I want to take this topic more seriously, and at the moment, I'm just not really finding content worth talking about. I thought the Foo Fighters subject would be something good because I've done a lot of research into that, and I know that off by heart. But it's something a little bit different that kind of links into a real phenomena that's actually got photographs of that we still don't know about. But yeah, it's a tricky bag, man. So expect more fakery. Expect it. And once again, thanks to everyone who's put donations on today's show. It's much appreciated. So we've got here. So Rory, if you're still here, thank you so much, brother. And One True Saxon and Comfy Sofa, thank you so much for your donations. I'll go towards a good cause. A new book. I'll put that on the cards for sure. But yeah, thank you so much. Honestly, it really is much appreciated. And thanks to everyone in our community as well. And I have got literally, Rebecca, if you're there, I know you're there. I know you're listening. I've got your email. She's come back. She says she's okay. She's just recovering from her surgery. I'm not going to go into like specific details, but no, she's on a recovery. She's doing well. So yeah, she's doing well. Thank you, Sophia. I'm going to call you Rebecca again. What's going on? What's going on? Is all that medication I've been taking and all that kebab talk? I want a kebab now. I might order one. I'm not going to be working tomorrow, so I'm like, mixed kebab. Yeah, don't worry, brother. I did talk about it. The plasma balls created by, I think I got the photograph here. Was it two? Yeah. So just to sort of confirm what Moody was saying, Did you discuss the German radar creating the ball of plasma in the sky? Yes, I did. And this was the actual radar system itself. I know Professor Simon Holland has done the video on it. So if you want to go check that out, guys, Professor Simon Holland did do a video on it. These Foo Fighters potentially being plasma orbs, plasma balls of light created by the radar systems, because they acted like a searchlight and not like the crappy radar systems that we had in England, but the Germans were a bit more advanced. But yes, I did talk about it in somewhat detail, Moody. But yeah, it's interesting nevertheless. And to be honest with you, that sounds like a more plausible explanation, I have to admit. But still, Foo Fighters, it's still an unexplained mystery. So yeah, thanks to everyone in chat. I'll come say goodbyes now before end, and I'm gonna go chill with the missus, and I'm gonna order kebab. You've twisted. Who's the kebab talk? You've now twisted my arm. I won't be able to eat it, so I'm just gonna like slurp all the long bits of kebab down my throat. Oh, thank you, Science Evidence friends, much appreciated, brother. Monshu Saxon, much appreciated, and Sophia. I'm gonna call you Rebecca then. I don't know why I call Rebecca. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. And obviously Moody, the man himself, Rotary, Sheep Hop Hop. Have a good time in Morocco, Sheep Hop Hop. Stay safe. Mark G, Bob Lazar. Let's go all the way back down. Suck it. I will suck the hell out of it. Right, I think that's it. And Puffel. Oh, nice to see you, man. Yeah, glad you're doing well, mate. Glad you're doing well. And yeah. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah, just give us a shout. In fact, I'm going to put the email address. If anyone wants to contact me, here's my email address, and feel free. I've actually got it saved on my phone, so it will come up as a notification. All right. Promise, absolute promise. So yeah, that's it for today's show. I will catch you all next Friday. I might start going live on Tuesdays around about 8 o'clock, just for an hour, if I can come up with like new stuff to show you. But at the same time, I don't really want to take the piss. Do you know what I mean? But it's on the cards, and I will sort out a date for the meetup. And maybe a live show together and all that, and also something to do with the members as well. So it's all on the cards. So there will be some changes to Alien Addict in a good way. All right, and yeah, so time will. It's obviously it's going to take a bit of time, but yeah, we'll eventually get there. But to meet all you guys will be amazing. Will be absolutely incredible. Hey, Ray Clay, nice to see you. And yeah, thanks for being on here. And yeah, stay throughout the show. Thank you so much. Right, so that's it. I think that's everything. Yeah, so if you like the show, please like and subscribe, spread the word, and we'll be back next Friday for another live show. Not too sure what we'll be talking about, but I'll come up with something interesting. So until next time, they're watching you, watching us, watching them. See you next Friday. Take care. Don't forget, I'll be on John P. Adventures show on Monday at 2:30 p.m. UK time. Go like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks to the people in chat. And Puff out. Where are you two? You're there somewhere. Yeah, Puck Elf. Send me an email, brother. All right. Send me an email if you want to talk. I'm always there. All right. Just give us a shout. alienaddictpodcast@gmail.com. I'll see you guys soon. All the best.